Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist with Camping World, and today we're going to go over the 2018 Travel Lite 625 Super Light. If you're looking for a lightweight truck camper, maybe you're just starting to looking to get into truck camping, then this is a great model for you because it is relatively lightweight and it can fit on either a long bed or a short bed. We'll start off here on some of the inside features. Let's take a look right over here on the side. You'll notice all along the top you have convenient storage. This is great for some of your larger items because the nets here will keep things in place, that way it doesn't fall out, and it's very easy to reach up there and grab any items that you need. Directly underneath that you have an LED light right here above the dinette to help brighten things up. Over to this side there you will notice you have a charging port, you have dual USB ports there as well as a 12-volt plug-in too. Couple windows here around the dinette to let in some natural light during the day, as well as you can open those up for cross ventilation if you don't want to run the AC. This one does have an optional AC right here on the ceiling. Standard, it is it has a bracket to support it, but again, this one does have the optional AC already in here, and the controls for that are right on the AC unit itself. If we take a look down below, you'll notice the U-shaped dinette right here. So this gives you a great spot, excellent seating. That way, if the two of you need a place to sit, or if you have guests over, you can kind of sit around the table. You can play a game of cards here. Beautiful table, by the way. It's kind of this like Granicoat fiberglass table here, the same thing they use in the kitchen, which I'll show you a little bit. Kind of has like some specks in there, as well as almost like glitter, so it kind of reflects the light. Very pretty color. As far as the table itself, you'll see how it sets up. You have the table leg here and then the tripod there right down below. So it is a fully removable table. If you want to take it out, you can. Or you can drop this down into a bed so you have extra sleeping space there for any guests. While we're down here, you'll also notice you have storage right there. Again, they have a net. If you need to, you can lift up the seat up above. There's a piece of wood that comes out there so you can reach down in there from the top. But I like the fact that it is easy access. Right down below on the other side, you'll notice a door. When you open that up, this one does have the optional porta potty here. Now again, it is an option, so you don't have to have that. You can use it as storage, but I do like having, at least myself personally, an option in case of emergencies. Right here on the wall, you'll see you have another electrical outlet. So if you need to just plug in like a laptop or something where you can't plug it into 12 volt, this will be where you want to plug it in here at the table. Thermostat right above that to control your heat. Also on the ceiling, you'll notice you have some speakers here. You have two of those in case you want to listen to some music, and also LED lights all the way throughout. If we take a look back over here, you'll notice that this is kind of the beginning of your kitchen space. You have the Dinette 3 cubic foot 3-way fridge. Good storage, or plenty of cold storage space there. This does drop down, so you have a little freezer box. And again, it is 3-way, so you can run it off AC, DC, or propane. Right next to that, you will see your pantry, so good space there. You notice electrical outlet up top. That's mainly for your microwave. You can see it there where that plugs in at. But if you need to plug something else in there, you can certainly do that. It does have an extra plug. But overall, good storage right here. Plenty of space for some of your pots and pans as well as for some of your food items. And right down below that, you have two drawers. That way you have a spot for your silverware and some of your other utensils like your knives, spatulas, things like that. They are long drawers, so they can generally fit those. I do like how they kind of broke it up. It's not all wood. They have like the aluminum with the glass in here. It gives it a little more modern look to it. And if we open up this door right here, this will be your battery box. Now, we don't currently have a battery in there. We have it hooked up to our battery pack, but that is where it goes. It is vented already for you, so you don't have to worry about anything there. And I honestly, even though it does take up space inside, I've had some people complain about that. It makes it really easy to get to when you're done camping. You can just take your battery out. It is really simple, so I honestly don't mind having it in here. Continuing on in the kitchen, you'll see you have a stainless steel suite of appliances. You have the microwave right up top here. Directly underneath that is your hood with both a light and a fan. You'll also notice over to this side, you have the multimedia center here, so that way if you want to listen to some music, you can do that as it controls the speakers. And it's also Bluetooth capable, which is very nice. Right underneath that, you have a bright LED light here. Again, as I mentioned, the light in the hood. And directly underneath that is your 2-burner cooktop. You'll see the beautiful countertops, and again, it does match the table I had showed you earlier. Single bowl stainless steel sink in here and the high-rise faucet, which will aid in washing some of your pots and pans. You can actually stick them down in there. If we drop down underneath that, you'll see your furnace right here. As I showed you, the thermostat is on the back wall. An additional electrical outlet over here in case you need to plug some stuff in. Pass-through window so you're able to get into the back of your pickup. Directly underneath this, you'll see there is a finger hole. Your water pump is located in there, folks. SureFlow water pump, so if you ever have to access that, that is where it will be. And speaking of that, you'll also notice right down here is your water pump control. This unit also does come with a battery disconnect. Taking a look up top, a couple things up here. This, of course, is your main sleeping area. This one is 48 inches wide by 82 inches long. So even though it's not quite as wide as a queen, it is actually 2 inches longer than your residential king or queen bed. So, if you are a taller person, you will be able to generally stretch out in here fairly easily. LED lights all up top on your bed there. You also have a window over to the side, which is an emergency exit. And tucked away right up here in the corner, you'll see you have an electrical outlet as well as your antenna there. So if you want a TV, you can mount it right to the side of the cabinet. That's where you'll hook it up. You also have dual USB ports and 12 volt there to charge any electronics at night. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a quick look at some of the outside features on the Travel Lite 625. Starting off right up here on the front cap, you will notice that Travel Lite has changed their logo. Again, kind of going with some of the features inside. They have modernized it quite a bit, and I think they did a good job. It is a very streamlined logo, and you can see that, of course, right across the front. You have the diamond plating right here. This is nice too. It kind of, will help if, as far as cleanup or anything. This is fairly easy to clean. Also, more than anything, it just gives it that extra aesthetic piece. We make our way to the side here. Let's talk a little bit about construction, folks. So the Travel Lite 625 is all natural wood construction. The roof is a TPO with a 15-year warranty. Coming down the side here, they have the 0.024 mil aluminum. Beautiful color on here as well. It's almost like a gunmetal gray. I certainly do enjoy that. The roof is a 3/8 inch decking. The floor in here is 5/8 inch decking. When we take a look at the front end, you'll notice a couple things. There's that pass-through window I talked about. Right here are your bumper stops when you hook up. You'll notice these guys on all four corners, and if you're not familiar with what that is, those are actually your pre-wiring for power jacks. You'll see this one does come with manual. Power is an option, but if you're okay with manual and you want maybe to decide later on after a couple years you want to add the power jacks, it is already pre-wired, so it's nice and easy to hook those up. But the manual ones are Rico Titan jacks, which are great, 2,000 pound capacity on each jack here. You'll also notice they kind of have this little rubber sleeve, which helps keep the shaft a little bit cleaner. Just a nice kind of extra feature on the Rico Titans there. Take a look down underneath, you will see the whole sidewalls there are the diamond plating as well. This is your nice big window with the dinette that I showed you. You can see that there. Again, you can definitely tell how that brings in a lot of natural light. And then across the roof line, you have a rain gutter, so that way you help keep the water to the corners, not just dumping down all over the sides. Right back here, you have a couple outside speakers. Again, those are controlled by that multimedia center inside. You'll also notice you have a porch light there. A couple of windows back here too, again, to help bring that light in. One more time on the back, you will see that it is pre-wired for the power jacks. You have the soft grab handle here in order to aid you to climb into the coach. You can get optional scissor steps as well if you, plan on keeping a little bit higher just to make it a little bit easier to get into. It's not quite as big of a step. These vents right here are for your battery. It has one coming out of the bottom of the box, one coming out of the top. Your 30 amp detachable power cord will plug right in there. Right here's your cable inlet. If you plan on going somewhere with cable, or if you have satellite, you can hook that up as well. And then underneath that, you will notice that you have electrical outlet. So if you need to plug anything in out here, that's where you do it. Coming around to the side, this is the back of your refrigerator. If you ever have to get in there, which I do recommend doing in the beginning of the season, just popping that off, taking a look, make sure no critters or insects have made a home in there. And directly underneath that, a 20-pound propane tank on here. Moving over a little bit, you have your water inlets. You can see there you have your city water as well as your fresh water right there. So if you do plan on filling the fresh water tank, that is where you'll want to fill it at. Directly underneath that, you have the optional outside shower here with both hot and cold water access. The back of your furnace here, this one also has the optional 6-gallon water heater. So that way you do have hot water for your sink. It makes it a little bit easier to wash and rinse the dishes. This one does not have a gray tank or black tank, only a fresh tank. so anything that you do put in the sink will just drain right out the bottom. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2018 Travel Lite 625 Super Lite. If you're interested in this truck camper and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.